was dominant. It's an interesting subject because everyone who is here in a physical body understands that they are going to make a transition. And yet it's seen by most humans as an inappropriate thing to do. So right away, if some path of least resistance looks like it's taken you out, then you have some determination to make about how you feel about being here. In other words, we were talking earlier about the contrast. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And soon there can be a pretty wide gap there. But when you close that gap, it's a really wonderful rush. So
basically what she's saying, once again, we're going to go back to what she talked about transition. So transition is pretty much what they would call you go to the upper room. And we always have a big fear over that. And it's most so because it's the way that we've been taught. It's not nothing that's natural that we have fear behind that. It's just because it's something that we've been conditioned to believe because of once again, the way that we've been taught. But if we relax into it, and basically what she's saying, that you can kind of close that gap. So this is what she means about making that transition. And when she talks about that we've been taught otherwise, that making that transition is a bad thing. So yeah.
we want to put healing in the category of everything else that we've been talking about and call it alignment. But we also want to say that there's an awful lot of true alignment that happens in what you call the unwanted death experience, you see. And so what it comes down to is you and your physical body just making a statement of what you intend, because there is a trajectory, but you get to decide. As long as you're having fun and having meaningful experiences and are enjoying the way life is juxtapositioning you with other things, then there is no reason that you cannot continue to sift through the contrast and give birth to new intentions, and Source will support you in all of that, no matter what, you see. It really is your choice. And most, when they think of some of these illnesses, feel that they are without choice. That's why you feel fear, is because fear is the opposite of the way Source feels about you in that situation, you see. Fear is just the way you feel when you have a different opinion than the way Source feels.
So basically what she's saying on this, when you run into a circumstance that you don't know what's going to be the outcome, basically, she's saying that you have this fear, and fear is basically just saying that you thinking that you don't have another choice. You thinking that it's only just particular route that you have to go through, that you don't have another alternate route, or so on and so forth. You just thinking that it's just this and this only. That's what the fear is pretty much stating. What she's referring to is that you don't think that you have an option. So the fear is actually that is there to kind of make you feel like you don't have the option, which you do. So basically, yeah. So it's not nothing that is permanent when the fear comes, because that's basically what we think it is. That's why we have so much fear. We're thinking that there's no other route for it. We're thinking that this is the only route and the only route only. So yeah.
So what did John of God do for you? Because you, like everyone else, you have access to that energy stream. You did not need an intermediary to flow stronger energy at you. But what he did, he caused you to focus in a way where you had stronger expectations. In other words, he soothed the vibration of misalignment and allowed the vibration of alignment.
He allowed, say that? That was so beautiful.
You, by your attention upon him, found a way of allowing the energy that was there for you all along to be received by you. He's not receiving the energy and asserting it to you. You don't need someone to assert.
So basically what she's talking about here is that I also had a friend as well that did something similar to like what they're talking about, that he went to this particular person to actually find a way to, so to speak, to be that middleman, to hoping that that middleman can let the energy flow for him. And basically what she's saying, and she's referring to that we don't need a middle person to let that energy flow. The energy is already flowing through us. We don't need anybody to be in the middle. But sometimes we get people to be in the middle, or we get something to be in the middle of that, because we thinking that whatever it is, high authority or whatever the case may be, that is the key to get the energy to flowing. But what it basically is what she referring to here is that we then gave that person all the authority, and we didn't gave that person the right, so to speak. We didn't gave this person the okay to let them open us up in the inside, so to speak, and open that floodgate, should I say, so to speak, and let that energy in. That's basically what it is. So we do not need a third party to do that. We can do it ourselves. But once again, there's a lot of people don't really understand that. You thinking that we need that third party, but all it is that you get that third party and you allowing them, your belief is giving them the right to open something that was within you the whole time, but you just wouldn't allow it. But you just go to this person because you think this person have some kind of power to assert it in you, and that's not the case. So you have the power from within you that you have to go inside and you have to open it up. But once again, I understand that a lot of people don't understand that, but there's no middleman. You're the only man that you need. So yeah, only man that you need, only person that you need, only one.